Relax, get up late, breakfast 11 o'clock, lunch 4 o'clock, dinner 11 o'clock. What are you guys doing here in somebody's house here?
Can you hear behind?
Yes, can hear? Yeah, we can hear.
Yanisha Sarvabhutanam Tasham Jagati Sanyami, right? For devotees, their whole concept of life is so different. Right? They use the morning hours for the best purpose, other than for sleeping. So you are giving examples of that change paradigm of lifestyle. So congratulations, dear devotees. I think we have two groups. It's a Sangam today, right? Sangam. It's Sangam. One Sangam is Aman Mahaprabhu's Prabhu. How many people from Mohan Prabhu's you are here? I can see all the young bright faces are from there, right? Correct? All full of high energy people. They come. So thank you, dear devotees. We are missing your mentor today because he is, in some important duties to perform. And other duties are from this one. Gachibowli is called. Gachibowli.
No, how many are from there?
Gachibowli, Haribol. So not so young but still very bright faced. Let's put it like that.
Young at heart.
Young at heart.
We are all Lilananda guys.
Lilananda. Very true. Very true.
And a lot of people online.
Dear devotees who are there, we don't see you too much, but we acknowledge your presence today morning and welcome you to today's discussion. Thank you for being there. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas.
You all can come in the front. Yeah. The social distancing is over now.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam yena bhutale Swayam Rupa Mayam Dadati Swadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakapalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada coming, we're going to be discussing about circles. Okay? So in your mind, start thinking of circles first. Okay? And think of circles a little more philosophical bent of mind. Okay? So think of circles in a philosophical way. Because we devotees have this habit of looking everything what? Philosophically. Which is a good habit. So when you think of a circle philosophically, what comes to your mind? What type of thoughts erupt? Goloka.
Circle, Goloka.
Goloka is a circle. Yes. With divisions. Yeah. Bhumandala is also a circle. All planets are circles. You can say all, in general, all planets are circles. There is no square planet. There is no rectangular planet. Cycle of birth and death. That's more relevant than Goloka, right? closer home. Cycle of birth and death. Yeah. Goloka is a little remote for us still. But a cycle of birth and death, thanks for that input. Anything else comes to your mind?
The Brahmandas emanating from Vishnu, which are the circles.
Planets.
Planets. Anything else? Abhavana Luna Loka. Circle. Prabhupada calls the Ferris wheel phenomena. Right? Ferris wheel means goes up, goes down. What goes up has to go up, what goes up has to come down. Ferris wheel phenomena. Brahma Bhavana Loka. Right?
What do you call circles in Hindi? Sanskrit?
Chakra.
So which chakras can you think of?
Sudarshan Chakra.
The chakras.
Kala chakra.
Kala Chakra. Very good. Yes.
Dharma chakra.
Dharma Chakra. Hare Krishna.
Which all the chakras in your...
All chakras in your body.
9 chakras.
Ajna chakras.
9 chakras.
7 chakras.
7 chakras.
You have 9? You have 9 chakras. Devotees, ISKCON devotees, we never know. They are always different than others. You may be having 9, possible. So yes. So this, let's look at this chakra of some of the devotees give beautiful answers. The Kal Chakra phenomena. Right? Chakra means it goes like this. Non-stop. Goes on. Right? It's an unending phenomena. Anadi karma phale. Puri bhavar navachale. It's unending. We don't know when this chakra began, and we don't even know when this chakra is going to end. Imagine our life is basically in, if you see philosophically, our life is basically in circles. Right? The daytime circle. Morning, afternoon, evening, night. Morning, afternoon, evening, night. This chakra. Satya, Dwapara, Kali, Treta. This chakra. Right? So time is not a linear phenomena. For the physics perspective, time is not linear. Time is circular. This time goes like this. Satya, Treta, Dwapar, Kali. Circular. Right? And we are under influence of that time factor also going, because we are being influenced by that Kal chakra, we also go in chakras. Because we are influenced so much heavy by that, so we are subjected to the power of that chakra. And therefore our life also goes non-stop in chakras. Within these chakras, be human beings who are in this world, our life revolves also around some activities. Like you have a fulcrum, right? We have fulcrum, and then we have things going around the fulcrum, correct? So most people's lives, because the chakra phenomena goes around 4 things. What are the 4 things? One is dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Other is
Eating, sleeping,
ahara, nidra, bhaya, maituna. Right? So, imagine this. Before you came to this hall, before you started wearing dhoti, kurta, tilak, kanti, and saris, and Vaishnava attire, what was your life? Your life was bound tightly and irreversibly, practically, within the bounds of this chakra, where everything in your life had to be centered around only these four things. Ahar, Nidra, Bhayaman. I was at Dubai airport. Just 1 month back we were at US and we were flying back, came back early morning from JFK and we landed in Dubai. Right? It's a huge airport. Some of you must have seen Dubai airport. Huge. And I was thinking, again the philosophical brain starts working. 3 in the morning. You are such a huge airport, infrastructure, lifts, this, that, glass doors and automatic systems and this and that, so many counters, shops, displays. So what is all this? All this is centered around what? Mind was still, in the US trip, the philosophical mind was still active, right? It's all basically for Ahar, Nidra, Bhayamantanam. You got all these big airports. Atlanta airport is a huge airport. It's huge. But what is the basis of all this? We must say technology, we may feel impressed. That's one thing, impressed. Kya banaya hai? And that's all right, fine, at one level. But if you go to the roots of the whole thing, what is all this for? Iska piche hai kya? What is the basis of this entire huge multi-billion-dollar endeavor? It's only, look at the big highways of America. It's only highway by the way. Come on, right? So, our paradigms are to go beyond this chakra. These are the more inferior truths of life. But is there something beyond this chakra? For most people, there is nothing beyond this fourth chakra, right? Prahlad Maharaj says, Punaha Punaha. Acharyas also endorse the same thing, chakra phenomena. Puna Puna, again and again, wait. Kuch nahi. In all species of life, same chakra, right? So this is such a terrible, monotonous way of living. After lifetimes, you do the same thing. So then what is the alternative? When the saints come, when the Lord comes, right? They provide what is called as a alternative lifestyle. So today, my dear friends, you and I are here Sunday morning to discuss about the merits and the glory of a powerful alternative lifestyle, where we don't want to be subjected to this unending phenomena of the Kala Chakra. Because that means Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Jananam. This means that Kala Chakra cannot get you beyond anything but this again. Going to somebody's womb and coming out, and going to somebody's womb and coming out. What is alternative lifestyle? So, for that, these people, those people in the Kala Chakra phenomena, they have taken shelter of these things. The shelter of food, sleep, of family life or material life or sex life, right? Defense mechanisms. They have taken shelter of those things. So, first thing to understand is that the soul, by nature, needs shelter. Whatever it may be. You need shelter of a bottle or a packet or something, right? Or television. You need shelter. Somebody may take shelter of sports, health, right? But he takes shelter of that. We all need, because our nature, see, we cannot, whatever we do in this world, whether this circle, that circle, any circle, we cannot go against our nature. Basic, intrinsic, primeval nature is to take shelter. We cannot forget that. Krishna is called as, the Lord is called as what? is called as Vishaya. We are called as Ashraya. Ashraya. Durashrayaye bahir artham anina. Who says this? Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj says. So we need Ashraya, but there is Durashraya. So what is the true Ashraya? So today's discussion will be centered around that. What is actually true Ashraya for our wandering souls who are going endless in this cycle of birth and death? Since the Lord is the supreme Ashraya, Ashraya means one who can take shelter of. Sharan. Sharan. Did you know there's a very beautiful name of Krishna, of the Lord, called as Sharanyam? You heard this word before?
Yes.
The Lord is called as Sarvatmanaya Sharanam Sharanyam Gatum Gudam Paryartha Kurtam. Right? So the Lord is called as Sharanyam. How wonderful is that? Let's put that first, I would say, plus, let's put this beautiful name of the Lord in our hearts first. Right? Let's invite that name into our heart. The Lord is Sharanyam. Right? How wonderful, how sweet. That He is a Sharan for the entire creation. Trivikrama, the Lord, when He came as Vamanadev, His lotus feet are so large. You know, you may think, how will all fit into that small feet of Krishna? No. How can all of take shelter of Krishna's feet? Krishna's feet are so small, right? In Braja. No. His feet are as big as Trivikrama. So all of us can fit into that feet. Right? So the Lord is called as Sharanyam. So we're going to make a circle now for you. Now, is the Lord available in a personal way to take Sharan the way Arjuna had, or Bali Maharaj had, or Prahlad had? Is He available to us in a personal way? Yeah, is He?
Yes.
In a personal way. When I say personal means in a way which we can see, feel, touch. Is He available to us like that? Answer is no. The way Arjuna had, the way Prahlad had, the way Bali Maharaj had, the way Kunti had, the way Pandavas had, no. We do not have the Lord's personal presence in our life still. Right? Let us accept that. So then how does the Lord make Himself available for Sharan? He wants to give Sharan. That is His nature. Again, when you say our nature is to take Ashraya, and His name is to give Ashraya, then it is His nature to give Ashraya to everybody. He says that is His nature, then He uses different agencies to give shelter. So who are His primary agents to give shelter in this world?
Spiritual master.
The spiritual master. Okay? The Guru is Sakshat Dharitvena Samasta Shastre Uktas Tatha Bhav Yateva Sadvi Kintu Prabhorya Priya Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam. Very powerful sloka by whom? Who said this? Sripad Vishwanath Thakur. Very powerful philosophical content is there in this Ashtakam. Right? He is Sakshat Haritvena. Right? He is not God, but He is as good as God. Right? He is like the living God in our life, whom we can again, as I said, see. We can see Guru. We can feel Guru. Can you touch Guru? Can you worship Guru? So Krishna, the unmanifest Krishna, the aprakat Krishna, becomes prakat to our mortal eyes to the phenomena of the presence of the spiritual master. Very important to see him in that light. He looks like a human being, looks like a conditioned soul bound by flesh and blood and bones, but he actually is a liberated soul. Bound apparently by the body, but not bound by the laws of nature. He is not a part of the Kala Chakra. Very important. Because anybody part of the Kala Chakra is not worthy of taking shelter, in one sense. So the Lord manifests as Guru. Then what else?
Scriptures.
Scriptures. Right? What is scripture? Scripture is a manual in simple words, right? We don't say manual. It's a manual. How would you and me know? We say Om Ajnana. What is the meaning of that? We are born in ignorance. We are born in ignorance. They're born in America, India, wherever you are born. Silver spoon, golden spoon, plastic spoon in the mouth, whatever spoon you are born. America is born in a silver spoon. Warren Buffett's son may be golden spoon. Somebody in Dharavi will have a plastic spoon. Any spoon you have in the mouth, you are born in ignorance. Om Ajnana Timira. Right? We are born in ignorance. So we need knowledge. If everything is very dark, you don't know what is the road, how to take the road. If your street lights are gone, it's a moonless night, you don't know how to drive, and you have no headlight in your car. You don't know how to drive. You need light. That light of the world, Srimad Bhagavatam is called as the light. It is the sun. Is it not? Arnoditaha. When Krishna goes away from this world, becomes dark again. And when he comes back again in the form of incarnates as Srimad Bhagavatam. Correct? Gita is like that. Krishna is of course. So the second thing which we must take shelter of is scripture. Right? Anything else? The third thing? Sadhus. Sadhus. Right? So this philosophical... So the next point, after having... I'm praying that you have absorbed this word Sharanya in your heart first. Right? The first circle which we are drawing about is the Sharana circle. Okay? This is called as the Sharana circle. Correct? We start off spiritual life by understanding who is truly worthy of shelter. I have been taking shelter of the wrong things and the wrong people. And now I am taking shelter of the true people, the true things. It's called a Vastava Vastu. What is it called as? Vastava Vastu. The real things. Not of Jada things. Vastava Vastu. This is Vastava Vastu. So we have got the Lord here. Okay, then the fourth thing of course is Hari. Right? Hari. So then this philosophical truth is revealed by a beautiful song. Right? What is that song? Yeah. Who sings this song? Who sings? Bhakti Thakur. Haridas Thakur. Some Thakur. Vaishnav Thakur. Somebody is there. Yeah? Okay, no debates. It is Narottam Thakur. Right? So, this is a song which you have sung many times, but we have not seen it in this light. That in the song is revealed some eternal truths of eternal knowledge has been revealed here. Right? So think of this song. When you think of this song, think of it in a powerful way. That he has revealed in simple words who is truly worthy of shelter. Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavad Gita. So this is the next thing I want you to endorse into your heart. Right? These four things in a circle. Hari, Guru, Vaishnavas, and when you say Bhagavad Gita means Gita, Bhagavad, all NOI, NOD, all Bhakti Shastri books. We have got a full batch of people who are Shastris, Harival Shastris, Hare Krishna, all the Shastris in this room, So, yes, all the scriptures which are from the Shastri category, and Vaibhav category, and Bhakti category, whatever it is, all are scripture. They call it Bhakti Shastris. There are a lot of Shastras. Not every Shastra is what is included in this. Please don't misunderstand. There are whole lots of there is a sloka for every flok, right? So all Shastras are not in this category. We are talking about the Shastris which actually enunciate and elucidate the principles of Shuddha Bhakti only. A little more specific about it. Not just any scripture, Devi Puran, Mahesh, not that. Having understood this part now, like you have a circle, you have a nice pond. Think of a beautiful pond, right? Placid water, and you take a small pebble, you drop it there. What happens?
Ripples form, concentric circles.
Correct, right? So you have formed a central circle. You didn't write the word K there in center. Yeah. So then, now it's going to form, the circle is going to expand now. Okay? Because the ripples have been formed. So now we go to the next level of circle. Now the thing is, these are the objects of Ashraya. But the question is how? How do we take shelter of them? It's not important, it's important, no? You don't know how. Who is here? Next one is how to take shelter of Guru, Krishna, Vaishnavas, Bhagavad Gita. How? Very important. So that is called as the action part. This is the philosophical part, and this is what? The next circle will be what you and I have to do to take shelter. Right? If you don't know that, I know philosophy, I know. But then how do you take shelter? Right? So the next circle will tell us how to take shelter. So question is of all of you is, how do we take shelter of Sri Hari?
Chanting, deity worship.
Chanting, right? Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nameva Kevalam, Kalo Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyatha. That is there, right? And we also know that the Lord is not different. Which sloka tells us about that? Ram Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinatvam Nama Namino. This is the powerful, this sloka comes from Padma Puran. Okay? This is telling us conclusively that to take shelter of the Lord, you must take shelter of His holy name. Because in this world, He has empowered His name to be as powerful as He is. Right? Nija Sarva Shakti. How much power is in the holy name? I mean, in the Lord, that same power is available to you and me, accessible within our bead bag. Don't touch your bead bag and start vibrating those names. Potentially, you are in touch with that energy, that Shakti of the Supreme Shaktiman. And that Shakti has made the change which you are seeing today in your life. Did you ever imagine you will have a hue-colored mark on your forehead? If you are wearing golden chain, what are you wearing now? Anything is more opulent than golden also, right? Oh, hey, you don't have a gold, you don't have a continuous. If continuous nikal gaya, mar jayega to yamra ja jayega. So the moment you go to the shop and say, hey, continuous leke aao. You think this is more valuable than than gold also, right? For us, it's like that. How this change has come place because of this Shakti. So this Shakti has got power to do what? Transform. These four have got the power to. They are so powerful that they can create transformative effects on whoever takes shelter. That is the proof. If you take shelter of these four things, you will see what? There must be. If you take shelter of food and health and sex life and family life, do you see any transformation? No. It is going to be the same old damn thing. There is no transformation of the heart. But this caused transformation of your very heart. That's why they are powerful. Other things about however powerful they are, you are powerful, you become president of the country. Very powerful position. But is there a change of heart? No. You become richest man in the world. You are worth $100 billion or $1,000 billion or even more. Is there a change of heart? No. These things cannot change your heart. But a simple devotee, a small Prabhupada says, even a child can take part of it. A Rabina, dog. Even a dog hears Harinam, what happens to the dog? We have a dog in GV. When you go to GV is a Golden Info Village, right? There's a dog who comes for Mangal Aarti every day. Most devotees don't go for Mangal Aarti every day. Some people will go brahmacharis and some people will go to put attendance. They will say, I was there. This dog, obviously his dog is not he's just wearing a garb of a dog, dress of a dog. But he's a, some brushed devotee, was just so close to the goal, and something happened, he did some, so his leg slipped somewhere, right, and he fell down, and dog body, but he comes to Mangala Aarti every day, and he never barks. Of course, strangers, I hope he barks at strangers, but with devotees, he just comes and, he's very cuddly with the devotees, he just loves devotees like anything, right, and some devotees, he's become pet of the devotees there, right. So this transformation is across genetic barriers or physical barriers, because it goes to the core of our consciousness. A dog, even a cat, anybody can take part in this, because it is so powerful, right? So we take shelter of Hari through chanting. How do we shelter of, now next is Guru. Hari will go in that way. Hari, Guru, Vaishnava. So how do we take shelter of Guru? Guru? Through
his instructions to take initiation, serving.
Again, we take shelter of Narottam Thakur again here. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Koriya Aikya Arana Koriho Mane Asha Arana Koriho Mane Asha. I have other no Asha, no hope. Asha means hope. What is my hope? My hope is only one, singular hope, focused hope on the words emanating from the lotus-like mouth of my spiritual master. Right? So, now we will talk about that, how this has to become a daily affair. It's not like some dharmas, some religious group will say, once in a week affair, once in a month affair, once in a year affair. No. For serious sadhakas like yourselves, this is a daily affair. Right? Because this is going to insulate your consciousness. Like the copper wire is there, you touch it, the shock is there. Insulate. So we have to insulate our consciousness. If you expose the consciousness, you get shocks of material life. You get shocks. Right? But if you insulate that wire with rubber, you can handle it properly. So you can handle material life, it won't give you shocks, because you're insulated by some protective covering. Otherwise you keep live wire, you get it, Adi Bhautik, Adi there, Adi there. You get all these shocks you get all the time, suddenly something happens. But you have insulation, you can handle it properly, like electrician can handle. So these four has to be a daily affair. Hearing. So everyone has to hear. How many of you really actually spend time on hearing regularly every day? Okay. So few parents' hands are going up. My dear devotees, we would strongly recommend this with folded hands. Let this become a regular feature of your life on a daily basis. Right? Because the Vani of Guru is the will of God. The Vani of Guru is the... So today what does the Lord want me to do? Today what does He want me to think? Today how does He want me to behave? Today how does He want me to conduct my life? Today, Aaj, 26th of June, how do you want me to live my life today? I must do what? I must know right in the morning. Of course you can hear every day, whole day you are driving also you can do. But primarily we have to do this in the morning if possible. Right? So let the day start with chanting and hearing. So on a daily basis, some of the devotees are, what they do is, they may not get dedicated time. So then, they are talking about more practical things now, okay? So you have this small,
radio
kind of thing, right? You put up, pen drive inside that, maybe 500 lectures, 200 lectures, whatever favorite lectures are there, right? And the moment you enter in the washroom, it goes along with you. Like you should get lota in there, you should get lota. So now you don't carry lotas now because the lota is already there in the bathroom. Right? But what you carry with you? Your ashray vigraha is there. Your ashray is there. You put it on and you're doing all the activities there. Does it require intellectual power to do all that? Does it require you meditate on the brush and the toothpaste how these are connected to each other philosophically. You don't need to do that, right? You toothpaste and took the it doesn't require any intelligence, right? It is just something which you just do it, correct? So your brains are not involved there. Where is your brain? The brain is involved in hearing, right? So if you're constipated, you will take half an hour, you will get half an hour. If you're a fast guy, you'll come out in 15 minutes, whatever. So constipation helps in this thing. Those who take more time will hear better. So I don't recommend that, but still. So yes, the point is every day we must spend some time in hearing. So hearing becomes our ashray. What to do, whom and how. Then third thing is what? Reading. That comes with the third one, right? Hari, Guru, Vaishnava. We talk about Vaishnava first. Third one is Vaishnava. What is? How to shelter of Vaishnavas? Talking about stock exchange with them.
Association.
Latest fashions. What is Modi doing these days? What is Adinath doing? Discussing those topics. How do you shelter of Vaishnavas?
Yeah. Pastimes.
Sangha. Vaishnava Sangha. Today what we are doing right now, Sunday morning, is Vaishnava Sangha. Why? Because we are always associating with someone in office. We have to have association. We cannot, there's no man is an island, right? We cannot live alone. We have to have some Sangha. We have to have some people whom we are close to. Some people who really feel their own. ये अपने लोग हैं, right? Psychologically, there are two things, right? Needs and wants. You all know this, right? Needs and wants. One of the basic needs psychologically which we all have is a need for belonging. Belonging. Where do you belong to? I belong to Lions Club. That becomes your identity. I am Lions Club president, I am Lions Club treasurer. It's your identity. Okay, that is your identity, fine. You take shelter of that particular identity and do whatever is in that direction, right? That's the way your heart is flowing. But where do you belong? Why do you have Bhakti Vishak groups? Why do you have that groups? You don't need group, na? Chant Hare Krishna, everyone chants on their own, right? In their own houses. But you have groups. This is Radha Madan Mohan temple. This is Radha Madan Mohan congregation. Where do you belong? If people say, hey, they will say, I am from Radha Gopinath temple. So what does that mean? I have a sense of? Like our Lilananda Prabhu, your dear friend and mentor, he says his heart is Boston, right? His heart is, my dear Lord is Sri Radha Gopi Vallabha. And when Maharaj, he went to his Guru Maharaj for this naming these deities which are altar which you see, right? And Maharaj was not told 5 names, select one good name. Aisa nahi hai, right? Maharaj from his heart, he just spontaneously said, then it will be Sri Radha Gopi Vallabha, right? This shows how the Guru is in touch with his disciple's heart, right? If the disciple is sincere, he actually is present in the heart of the spiritual master and he understands. It doesn't have to be prompted. There's a different subject, we can get into that some other time, right? How the Guru can understand the disciple's heart. Because like the Lord understands the soul, right? So Guru is called as Chaitya Guru. Chaitya Guru in the heart prompts the Guru, give him this name, he'll be very happy. So anyway, so he got his name, Radha Gopi Vallabha, correct? So this Sangha which he has created, wonderful Sangha, right? We belong to this Sangha. I belong to ISKCON, right? Is it not? It's not important to know that? Yes. We want to make our identity very strong in us. Because we are all looking at designations, na? Prabhupada should always say, everything we are, I'm Indian, I'm Hindu, I'm male, I'm female, I'm a Telugu, I'm an Android, right? I'm IT software engineer. I am so many things. What is my real I am? Jiva Swarup Bhai. Our identity has been spelled out clearly, right? And these four things which we have, reinforce that part within us. That's why we take shelter of them. They keep reminding you, they not enjoy it, you are a servant of the Lord. Right? So the third thing is, Vaishnava ka kya karte hum log? Sangha. Right? How do we take Sangha of this? And Krishna speaks a very nice shloka to tell us, these are all guiding principles, protocols. When you have Vaishnava Sangha, साड़ी कहाँ से लाया? नहीं साड़ी है? कितने का है? This is not what is Vaishnava Sangha. What is Vaishnava Sangha? Machita madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha namanti cha. This is the protocol when we meet Vaishnavas. We talk about Krishna, Krishna's devotees, Krishna's projects, Krishna's services, Krishna's preaching activities, everything about Krishna. Right? In a very positive way. That is the protocol. So the third thing is talking about Vaishnava Sangha. And the last thing, what is the last thing? The Gita. How to take shelter of Gita? Right? So this is called as Swadhyaya. Siddhanta, so all of S's are there. Sangha, Seva, Siddhanta, Sadachar, all S. So many S's are there, right? S formula, they call it, right? So the shelter of the scriptures by reading. Because when Krishna says Manmana Bhavo, Mad Bhakto, then he says what? Madhyaji. What is Ijya? Madhyaji. What is Madhyaji? Matlab kya? Madhyaji comes the word Mother is me. Ijya means worship. How do we worship Krishna? How? Like Mataji did in the morning, Mangalarti. How did she worship? Agarbatti, ghee lamp, chamara, flowers, etc. Right? That is on one level with your body. How do you worship Krishna in the mind? By smaranam. How do you worship intelligence? That is body, mind. How do you worship the Lord through intelligence? By using your intelligence to understand His message. That doesn't require IQ, this requires SQ. So if you're an IIT, no advantage. Simple devotee like Sudhava Brahman can understand, or Kolabhi Sridhar can understand more than IIT. Right? We require that SQ. Correct? So when you open your scriptures, right, and you worship, reading is like worship. So Prabhupada called his books as, these are my transcendental ecstasies. And he said, I did not write these books, Prabhupada said very clearly. Krishna wrote these books. It's like Krishna is dictating and Prabhupada is writing practically. That's the way it was. Sitting next to him. Right? So Prabhupada, under the order of Krishna, has written these books. By reading these books, we are nourishing our intelligence. Why do we require intelligence? Because we need the power of intelligence. Got two functions. What are they? Discrimination and determination. Now these things to follow is not easy. We may talk it in a very simplistic manner today, right? But with the types of complexities of human life today, right? In type of jobs and families and loans and this and that and marital issues and parenting issues and all sorts of things that are happening in our life, in-laws issues and whatever else, so many things, other things, right? So many complexities of life are going on, health issues. It is not easy, and therefore we need constantly to discriminate and remain determined to do the right thing, right? That requires focus. So when you read the scripture, right, your intelligence remains sharp. And like you have knives in your house, you keep on sharpening them. There should be another fellow to come, even in the government, get this wheel and you do that, right? And you have sparks coming out. You don't do that nowadays. You just take a... They don't know what it is. You've seen that sometime? Chakkar. He should come to our house earlier when we used to say them. And everybody in the building will get it done from him, Charana karke, sabka karta tha. So the same knife will last for the whole lifetime, right? No money to buy new knives, Keep on sharpening them every 2-3 years. So you keep on sharpening your intelligence. So you can really cut through the illusion of this world. The illusion is there, constantly there. Maya is always there. So you have to cut through the illusion. You require a sharp discriminatory power which can cut through. This is Maya, this is Krishna. These energies, you have to keep on discriminating. That discriminant power comes from intelligence. Or they become clouded. Like you have, driving on a rainy day on a car, right? And it's just the rain is blasting on your windscreen. What do? Can you drive? You will definitely go into somebody's, you have some problem, right? Go down the valley, Haribol, circle, 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 circle. The car will go into circles. And they'll come out of circle, Haribol. So what do you need that constantly?
Viper.
Keeps the vision very clear. So, scripture is like the viper in a rainy day. Scripture is like the viper on a rainy day. Right? Keeps on going fast, tack, 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 tack. So even though it's going to rain, it is going to rain outside. And keep on clouding your consciousness. But you have a fast viper that it does not allow. So your journey in this world remains clear. Your windscreen of your consciousness. You see the world through your consciousness, right? You don't see the world through your eyes. You see the world through your consciousness. Because your consciousness, the eyes are working. You don't see the world through your eyes. Please remember that. The eyes are just there as instruments to understand shades and colors and shapes and forms, right? But you see the world through consciousness, and the consciousness has to be cleansed because it gets dusty all the time. By living in this material world, it gets dusty, cloudy, confusion takes place. So you don't have. Basically, it remains completely clear. So in this way, my dear friends, we have reached the second circle, right? First is the Ashraya circle, right? It's called shelter circle of Hari, Guru, Vaishnava, Bhagavad Gita. And how to take shelter? Hari through, let's everyone say together, Hari through
Chanting.
Guru through
Hearing.
Vaishnavas through
Association.
and Gita through
Reading.
Correct. So now we want to endorse this, my dear friend. Now only discussing this, my dear friends, I make a humble request to all of you. This is not information which we want to just keep it in your books. I'm glad you are taking notes. Some of the young boys are taking notes. We're glad about that. But this is not about notes only. It should remain in your notebook, but it should be something which should be engraved as a lifestyle phenomena. We are discussing right now a lifestyle issue. We're not talking about a philosophical point today, like philosophy of something, We have to discuss sometimes philosophy of this, philosophy of that, right? Not the philosophy. We're discussing about a lifestyle. That means this is going to be a guiding light for the next 50, 60, 70 years you're in this world. Right? This is going to be the way I'm going to live my life. We want to endorse this. You want to be convinced about this today. That this is the way, whether I get married or unmarried, whether I get this girl or that girl, or get child, I remain childless, whether I get this job or that job, whether I become rich or I remain poor, whether I get promotion or don't get promotion, whether I remain healthy or unhealthy. No matter what happens in my life, this will not change. So you have two tracks life goes on. One is a certainty factor, there is uncertainty factor. Two tracks, right? So one is the certainty factor, that this should always be. Another factor can be always changed. Like when you walk, you don't walk with two legs. You walk with only one leg, tuck, and then the next leg, tuck. The next leg, tuck. We don't walk with two at a time. We don't walk like that, tuk, tuk, tuk. Do we walk like that? We don't walk like that. We always walk. You always walk with only, besides there is two legs, but we walk only with one at a time, right? Because why is that so? Because the one leg is firmly fixed on something. When you get one leg fixed on something, then the next leg will say, oh, is it firm ground? Chalo, dusra aage leo. Firm ground? Chalo, dusra aage leo. That's how it works. That's the way life has been made also. This is philosophical. That you place one leg in a firm ground and then other leg, is dangling. Kidhar hai, we don't know. Where to put the second leg. Put the second leg. Right? So similarly, this one leg phenomena is, this one leg always remains on a certain zone, on a fixed zone. Right? And second zone can always, because the first zone is fixed, can also find the right place. The first leg is shaky, second leg doesn't know where to go now. The first leg is also still. So this is the one leg which is, no matter what happens in my life, this is a non-negotiable, non-bargainable entity of my life. Don't negotiate this. You can negotiate when you go to a job, in an interview, he says, what is the package? He said, package, 12 lakhs. Sir, I'm this and that, I need at least 15, right? Or I need 20 lakhs a package, right? Whatever. You negotiate sometimes, right? So you negotiate so many things. You negotiate with the Haji wala, negotiate so many things. But this should be non-negotiable. This doesn't change. So when you say it's a fixed up devotee, you know what is called? He's a fixed up devotee. So now I said, what do you mean to fixed up? Fixed up in where? Fixed is fixed where? Fixed to the wall. Where is fixed to what? Right? He's fixed up devotee. So he said, no, abhi sir, diksha nahi dene, diksha sir, that diksha college manane ka hai, ye devotee, that comes to the thing. He said, no. Then wife and husband are thinking, our group mein ye apna abhi tak fixed up nahi hua hai. He's not fixed up. So this dude is fixed up. He's fixed up, right? So last 6 years he's fixed up properly. We can recommend him for initiation, right? So they're looking for what? They're looking for fixed up devotees. What is fixed up? Fixed into what? Not fixed into jobs, right? Fixed into lifestyle. Fixed lifestyle. Fixed duty means he has a fixed lifestyle. No matter what happens, this goes on. Right? The parents are sick here. Mother's father-in-law is sick. Right? But Mangalarti goes on. Japa is going on. Preaching is going on. Her seva to her father-in-law is going on. That part is, there is uncertainty factor is there. He was well yesterday, today is not well. Things changed. But this part, did it change? No. Is he short suddenly saying, oh, 16, I saw my father-in-law. Only 8 rounds I am doing now. No. So things will change. Things are very fluid. Things are very... Prabhupada said, material world is always in flux. He used the word, always in flux. Flux means changeable. Right? So this is the thing now. So we have reached the ripples of the second circle we have reached now. Is it okay till now? Are you with us?
Yes.
Are we flowing together?
Yes.
Right. Are we in the same boat or in a different boat? You are in the same boat, right? In the same boat. We are same boat. We are passengers together in this journey of life called as Pilgrim's Progress. There's a book by John Bunyan. What is the word? John Bunyan. Beautiful book. Written many years ago. John Bunyan. Very nice book. It was Pilgrim's Paradise. Pilgrim's Progress. Right? We are all pilgrims making progress towards the kingdom of God. How beautiful the concept, right? And whoever you are, whatever you are, we're going through difficulties, we are all here to help each other in this journey of Krishna consciousness. Yeah.
So we all have joined a divine movement which is known as, what is it called? International Society for
Krishna Consciousness.
So all of us are trying to do what? Be Krishna conscious.
Being Krishna conscious.
Right? When we are trying to be Krishna conscious, that's when we will be actual members of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, not by becoming life members alone. So how I have become a member, so now I am a ISKCON devotee. That doesn't make. There are hundreds of members who just give the money and they have no commitment to themselves, to Krishna, to anybody. But they just wanted to give some money to get some income tax benefit or something like that, They gave it. They became life members, but in the true sense, who are actual life members? We all. Because what we are trying to do? Give our life. Life member doesn't mean giving money. Life member means giving life. That's how you become a member of ISKCON. Right? So, when we are talking of, we can become life members by becoming Krishna conscious. That means the center fulcrum of our circle is what? Krishna. And all that we do in our life is what? How we can be Krishna conscious. In short, if somebody asks you, okay, what does it mean to be a devotee? Means this, how to keep Krishna in the center of my life, and then we apply Rupa Goswami's formula. Whatever is favorable, do that. Whatever is unfavorable, we reject that. We try our best to resist and we try to reject that, and we try to do what is favorable. So because these four are our ashray circles, they are known as what? The core circle. This is our core circle. What do we want to try to do to be Krishna conscious? We want to take shelter of Guru, because that will help us to take shelter of, to be more Krishna conscious. We try to read Bhagavad Gita because it will help us to be Krishna conscious. We try to associate with Vaishnavas. Why? Because it helps us to be Krishna conscious. We worship Hari by chanting, by doing deity worship. Why? Because it is easier to be Krishna conscious by doing that, right? So this is the core circle, and these are the core activities which help us to do these core circles. What we discussed about. So whatever else we do in our life, along with that we are supposed to ensure that this goes on a regular basis, not on a sporadic basis. We have our Bhaktivedanta hospital in Meera Road. Majority of the clientele is Muslims there. And many times they come to Prabhuji and say, sir, Ramzan is there. Huh? So is there BP medicine, lene ka, nahi lene ka, fasting and all, na? Jains will come and they will say that Pachushan is coming, so should we take, should we not take? These Muslim patients will come and say, for 1 month now we don't eat non-veg. We will not take drinks or whatever, Okay, before sunrise, before. Why? Because it is considered auspicious to do that during this holy month. So if something is auspicious, why do it only for 1 month? Common sense, na? They should understand that. If something is, if it is good to eat non-veg, then eat in Ramzan, eat more. Because holy month, na? Eat.
They have Lent. You have to Lent. My Christian patients also say on the same thing. The Christian patients will come to me and say, sir, we have Lent. Lent means, I think, I don't know when it comes. 40 days they have this. They will not eat. They will not eat meat. They will not eat meat during that time, right? So they become like Vaishnavas. 40 days they don't eat meat at all. So yeah, like that.
So why do they do that? Because they know that it is good. Similarly, if we understand that chanting is good, associating is good, hearing is good, reading is good, then why do it only once in a week? Or why do it only once in a month? Something is good, we should do daily. Isn't it? Exercise is good. So if you just suddenly decide, okay, today I want to do exercise. Whole day I will do exercise, I will come to then rest of the month ka quota I finished in 1 day only. Is that possible? Like I eat today because everybody says, tomorrow is Ekadashi. So today we eat, As if everything of tomorrow, today only you are going to do. So when something is good, there has to be the principle of regularity and discipline. We say Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. That regularly we need to do it. And regularity and discipline is a challenge for all of us in anything we do. Regularly doing anything, is it easy? No. It is easy once it becomes a habit. Right? There's a 21-day challenge. Take up a 21-day. When you do some, yes? Yeah.
Actually, we are working IT Mataji. So we don't know Mataji. So sometimes work may be in the morning time. So we need to work for 11 o'clock, till 11 o'clock. We need to connect in the morning, 5 o'clock. We need to connect whether run is going on or not. Something like that. So how to regulate Mataji means everybody say that.
We are coming to that.
We'll take that.
No, we are coming to that.
Questions
We are driving to that. You are faster than us. We reached the destination before that. So being regular is a challenge, especially in today's day and age. As he is saying, it's a challenge. You just took the words out of my mouth. It's a challenge to do it. For nobody it is easy. Not only for IT people. These are doctors, Suddenly in the middle of the night, 2 o'clock, sir, patient is gasping. So they also get up gasping and go to the hospital. Many times you take the phone in the middle of the sleep, had a tiring day, and then you will say, hello. As a phone, not like this. You have to talk in there. And they're so tired. So, why talk of men? Women, whole day taking care of children and, keeping the house clean. Even if the maid is there, you have to maintain the maid. Yes. Means maid will otherwise just come and put the kachara from here over there. Then you have to tell from there to there to there, put it out, So you have to, it's like running the home, is like running a the CEO of the house, you know. How everything just goes on. People feel, oh, it was like this. Always it's supposed to be, this is supposed to, but it becomes like that because somebody is doing it. It is not just automatically happening. You open the, jug ka, this thing, drawers are kept open, sometimes lights, fans are on, towel is on the bed because we have to rush to office. Somebody is managing, doing things. So it is not only IT, or it is not only doctors, or it is not only men, women, everybody. It's a challenge. Students. Everybody dies in the night and reincarnates in the morning, you know. Almost, because we are just so dead tired, isn't it? So if we understand that it is a challenge, practically, that's why we come to the third circle. What is the third circle called? Supportive lifestyle circle. We are grihasthas, we are not brahmacharis, that we can just stay in the temple and fatak say you just get up and straight go to the temple. We don't have a house or something to take care. Here we have to think of so many things, you know. Ye karna hai, wo karna hai, this is...
Brahmacharya means no cooking, no maid, nothing, kuch nahi.
Yeah, nothing. Children's school, they don't have to go to drop. They have different challenges which they have to do. But as family people, and we can talk that openly in these type of closed circles, and that's why we always prefer to take these type of lifestyle related topics, because these are the issues which you, me, all of us are facing. And when we discuss, it becomes easier. What? Yes or no? When you discuss your issues, your problems, your challenges, by sharing best practices, okay, oh, how do you manage? You are also IT, I am also IT, you are doctor, I am doctor, how do you manage it? And then we come out with a solution, right? So that's why we are discussing that if Krishna has to be center of my life, and have to become a devotee, these four are my ashraya circle, then, and these activities I need to do. How to do that in the given situation with all these things brings us to the third circle, known as the supportive lifestyle circle. And that mainly includes what? 4 aspects. Again, we are all into 4 today. It looks like a chakra view, you know. How to get in and get out, we will figure that out. So one of the 4 legs of a supportive lifestyle which we all might go through. What are the 4 main things that come up to in our life which we need? One is right? Third is and fourth is because we are devotees. We have this 4th aspect also to take care of, right? So being devotees, these 4 things require attention from our side. Can you neglect any one of these? Can you neglect any one of these?
No.
There might be many small subsets coming into this, but these are the 4 main categories in which you could divide your life. Can you think of a 5th category? No. Anything else is there will fit into any one of these 4, right? So we will take one by one. How we can take care of that? Number 1 is family. We all have family. If some are unmarried, you will soon have a family. You will know that I have to get into a family because I am taking a decision that I have to be in this world, I have a profession, so I need to have a family. And what does family need? What does family need?
Care.
What does family mean? What does family mean? Care. Okay. What are the words that come to your mind when you think of the word family? Love. What else? Support.
Care.
Care, he said.
Time and money.
Time, money.
Money, responsibility.
Responsibility.
Emotional balance and emotional support.
Emotional support. Responsibility.
Work-life balance.
Yeah, that we are coming. So these different words which all of us are using, that is painting a picture for us of what is a family. They need love. They need care. They need time. They have to be taken care responsibly. It means sharing. Along with caring, it means sharing your life with them. Emotional inputs are required, right? Emotions need to be put into that. There is sacrifice, there is tolerance, there is forgiveness. All these things come, or
They're all in the books.
they're only in the books to be kept. No, all these things are needed. So suppose if we come to Krishna consciousness when we feel family, that's material. It's Maya. It's Maya. Will we be able to be happy? What brings happiness to us is when people around us are happy. And man is not an island. Okay? I am happy now. Hell to everybody else. Whatever they want to be, that's their problem. Can you do that? We can't do that, If anybody is happy, unhappy around us, when you see a beggar also, you feel like giving some money, Okay? Poor thing, he's in need, he's unhappy. Let me give some money to him. That will make him happy. So what to talk of our family? Sometimes the wife is begging, like a beggar. Prabhuji, 10 minutes a day give me, na? For me alone, just talk to me, na? Can we sit and talk for 10 minutes? No time, 10 minutes. Office calls are there, Phala is there, Dikna is there. I have to go for Janmashtami meeting. I have, Bhakti Vriksha program and, so many calls. I have to invite people for Janmashtami and Rath Yatra is coming. Don't you understand? 10 minutes? I don't have 10 seconds also for you, And the wife is literally begging. This is a real case, I'm telling you. Just we heard the wife was literally crying. Prabhuji doesn't have 10 minutes for me, Children, you know that story, One day this child comes and gives the father, asks the father, Dad, how much do you earn in a month? He said X amount. How much money you earn per hour? What stupid questions you are asking? No, please tell me, how much do you earn per hour? X amount, he said. So the child went away. After 1 hour, he came back with note of money. Papa, take this. He said, what is this stupidity? No, can I get 1 hour of yours by giving that money? We might laugh at it. Okay, what childishness. But this is the sad situation happening today. No time for family. And when family doesn't get time and attention, then what happens? What's happening today? Divorces, extramarital affairs, heartbreaks, children are becoming juvenile delinquents because they're neglected. They are neglected, and that is what happens. Yeah, drug addiction happens, children go on the wrong way, pornography, children, because they are unattended. So what they will do, just you give them some gadgets and say, I'm preaching, I'm earning. What do? Take your mobile, do what you want to do. And that is why today's society mein what is happening today. They will make wrong type of friendship, and they will go on the wrong path. And who's responsible for all that? We are responsible for that. So when we are coming into Krishna consciousness, we have to understand family in the right way. We cannot say, that, oh, family is Maya, so I have to remain away from Maya. Ultimately, I have to be attached to Krishna. I don't have to be attached to Maya. So we go into that artificial renunciation spree. Like this one devotee called us up before his marriage and said, Prabhuji, Mataji, we are getting married. Please bless us to become Grihastha Sannyasis. What is that? Either you be Grihastha, you be Sannyas. Renunciation is not something which you thought can do. Beautiful wife is there with me, but no, it's an organic thing, right? First, you are not even attached and you are talking of detachment. You get detached from what? From something you are attached to, na? But here I am not attached only and I am talking of detachment. I first get attached to. And all these things that are happening in the world, divorce and extramarital affair and all, we always say, if you are not attached to your own partner, you will get attached to somebody else's partner. Which is better? Which is better?
Renunciation. This is renunciation.
Yeah, renounce from your own partner and become attached to somebody else's partner.
Yukta Vairagya.
So Very sad things are happening today, even among senior people. That under the name of service, under the name of this, that, we do that, and family fabric is getting ruined. Better you have a stable family life, give the sufficient time. There is again human tendency is, you take the whole thing in the other extreme. Family. I don't have time for preaching. Family, I have to take care of my family. Come beta, let's play this and let's do this, and whole day we are into family. It's like walking a tightrope walk, no? That only I have to be with my family. Dwarkadish who said in the class. I have to take care of the family, you know. And then I don't do anything else. Temple people will say, can you come for service? No. Dwarkadish who said family. I have to take care of family. I give up services and all. What I am doing also I give up. No, I have to take care of family. So this is our sad situation of extreme pendulum, you know. Either we go this side or we go completely the other side. But life is all about balance. As we said, you can't eat one day and fast the other day, whole day. For 1 month you eat and 1 month you fast. No. Regulated. Everything has to be in the proportion. Can't sleep whole day one day and then next day, tomorrow I have a lot of work, so today let me sleep whole day. Many times I do that. When we are going to US for 1 month, I say, next month is going to be really tired. Let me sleep. They say, you are getting jet lag before going only. So mind cheats us like this every now and then. So dear friends, please understand that family needs the required time and attention. Do the needful responsibly, as our dear Praveen Prabhu said. When you do things responsibly, you do your duties perfectly, then everything else comes proper. Yeah, it's our swadharma. That is my God-given responsibility in my grihasthashram. Why did I get married? If I wanted to lead like that, I should have remained a brahmachari, or I should take sannyas. But now that I have entered into this, then I have no right to neglect my responsibilities towards my family. Whether it is the wife also, she may be just, busy preaching or taking up responsibilities of Raj Bhog in the temple, deity dressing, and as we say, today's Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj's appearance day, I have to go and cook Raj Bhog. You manage with whatever is there at home, Get bread or order from Swiggy. Because I am cooking Raj Bhog for Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. Will Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur be happy with that? Do your responsibilities at home and then do for whole parampara. Do for Narottam Das Thakur also, Bhakti Vinod Thakur also, everybody. Nobody is telling you no. But don't do it at the cost of this. And that's where our expertise comes into this thing. How expertly we are able to do this also and that also. It's never this or that. It's always should be this and that. That makes us a perfect, complete whole. So unless our family is not happy, you cannot do all these things also. You cannot do hearing, associating, chanting, reading. You will not be able to do it effectively. Because Krishna will not empower you and reveal himself through these things if his children are not happy. Because the family, somehow by Krishna's arrangement, all our family members are devotees, usually. We got married to a devotee partner, our parents become devotees. In the Indian setup, everybody comes into Krishna consciousness. Yeah, devotional, devotees, they become like that. And even if the partner is not a devotee, if we behave in an awkward way, they will never become devotees also. We want them to have a rubber stamp that I got married to a non-devotee, but she's not becoming a devotee only. Or he is not becoming a devotee only. Because what your partner will think, if this is what it means to be a devotee, neglecting all your usual responsibilities, and who wants to be a devotee? Hell to it, yeah. I don't want to be a devotee. Right? But if you are doing everything perfectly, the love, the care, the attention, the cooking, the outings which you are taking the children out time to time, doing all those requirements, then people feel, wow, this Krishna consciousness is good, yeah. I also want to be a devotee. Come, let's all be devotees together. So what is better? We are not thinking only about ourselves. Take the family along. Take the family with you, along with you, what you are doing, instead of just thinking, I want to go back to Godhead. Of course you want to go back to Godhead, but obviously wouldn't you like that everybody connected to you also becomes that? So the main thing in being this is what? Try to be normal in whatever you are doing. Don't think that because I am a devotee, I have to have 2 horns and I have to do something differently in taking care of my family. I am special. So I will take care of my family in a very special way by neglecting them, by abusing them, or being inattentive to their needs. No, nowhere it is there. That will in fact be Vaishnava Aparad. It will be Vaishnava Aparad. Vaishnava Aparad is not only with devotees in the temple. Even people at home are Vaishnavas. Don't forget that. We want them to get initiated. I want my family to get initiated. But if people are initiated and then you feel, initiation baad mein, first she is my property or he is my property, I have children are my property, I can behave with them the way I want to behave. No, doesn't work like that. Okay, so family, if they are happy, then all these activities will become easier for you to do. Otherwise during chanting also you will think, why she is like that and why he is doing this. You can't hear properly, you will do selective hearing. What you want to convey to your family, you will hear that part and repeat. Did you hear in the class? It is like this. So you will not hear for purification. You will hear to quote. Okay, it is like this, it is like that. Reading, associating, everything will get affected. Okay. So that is one family. Second important thing is what? Livelihood. Money is what?
Honey.
Of course, it is not Maya, it is honey. And we have to be realistic that today to survive in this world, we need money. Don't you need money? Do you need or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Even to support Krishna conscious activities, to give charity, you need money. Right? So we are not talking, again, for all these 4 things, you have to be balanced. There are some people who say, okay, right now I am young, let me earn. I will retire at 35 and then my whole life I will dedicate to Krishna. Many people, at some point of life, we get these thoughts. You get that thoughts? Everybody will get that thought, okay, let me retire fast, 35, 40, I earn a lot. So right now, no Krishna conscious activities. I'll just focus on earning. And then I will do all of that. Does that happen? Because greed leads to more greed. You will never feel okay when it is enough. So many people go to the US thinking I will go for 5-10 years, earn and come back. But how many people are like our dear Sham Bihari Prabhu and Dwarkadish Priya? They will go, come back. Lilananda Prabhu, they went, they came back. Mostly people, they go and they are gone. Because they get addicted to money, lifestyle, opulence over there. Difficult to come back, right? So we have to understand that livelihood is important for us. But how much livelihood, that is to be thought about. But in this livelihood thing, we have to understand that why we are talking about this, as Grihasthas, we need to have some financial planning. There are examples of people who think money is Maya, I just want to do service. I take up more and more responsibility in the temple, Bhakti Vriksha, this, and they never earned proper money, they never saved, and unfortunately till late in their age, they still have to keep earning because they can't afford medical bills. We know some devotees who are like 70, 75 years old, and because they didn't plan their life financially properly, what happened to them? To till date they are earning only. Forget retiring at 35, even at 75 they are not able to retire when they should actually be retiring. Why? Because they didn't plan properly. So let us plan in a balanced way that livelihood is important. But along with that, I need to do both of it. I do livelihood, I take care of my Krishna consciousness and do all these other activities along with it. Not that because I have to earn, so there is no time for hearing, chanting. Where is the time? Right now I have to earn livelihood. New family, new life, I have to do. Don't lose your power of discrimination in doing that. So, this being an important factor again, unless I have good money, basic money, I will not be able to do any of these activities and not be able to take shelter of these 4 ashray vigrahas and ultimately take shelter of Krishna. Because it will all get affected. There will be a point when some major expense comes up in your life. Your parents become sick. Your child wants to go into medical or something. And then you suddenly realize that, oh, no time for chanting and associating. Yeah? Now I have to earn money. Then by right means, wrong means, you will go into doing all gafla and try to get money. Because what? I need money now suddenly. No. Do it gradually. When you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So, whenever there is emergency, we should always be prepared for emergencies. Being family people, think of savings as one of the important things. Even if you are earning very less, save some money from that. Our parents during those times, they used to earn 150-200 rupees us zamane mein per month. But from that also they would save 5 rupees. Because saving was in the blood. In Western culture, they just earn, they spend. They earn, they spend. The paycheck, whole thing goes away. That they don't believe. But in Indian culture, we understand. And that's why in America, you will see even old people work. They will work as air hostesses. They will work on the crew. Wherever, they will have to shops there sitting and, sales shops and all that. Walmart, they will be working, and anywhere, Costco, they will be there. Feel very sad to see them like that, but because they failed to plan, till the fag end of their life, they have to keep doing. So please understand that these being the supportive circle, we have to balance this out properly so that this will support our core activity circle. Ultimately, we are doing all this so that its core activity is supported. The third thing is health. Many times we will end up neglecting our health in the process of livelihood or devotional service. And it's the health. Right now I'm young, yeah. I can manage, this, that. I just overdo things. But body is body now. It's taking a toll. It may not show right now, but suddenly one day you realize, cancer, I got cancer. I got TB. The cause might be all these other things, the stress. And whatever you abused your body, you didn't take care of your body. So health is an important factor. Because if I want to even do devotional service, I need a body. If my hands and legs are not properly and taken, I have backache and this, can I do any devotional service whatsoever? I just can't do. So basic health has to be taken care of. Again, we don't become so health conscious. Some people, health freaks. Some people get up in the morning and chanting, panting, forget it. 3 hours in the morning, I'm just, gym. Going there, treadmill, dumbbells, swimming, everything. By then, and it's time to go to office. Chanting I'll do in the car, I'll do at home. While coming back until 12 o'clock in the night, we might be chanting and all. No. Not health freaks. But we are talking of take care of your health. Because your health is again the support system to be able to support your core activities. All this we are doing so that it helps us support our core activities. So the whole principle is what? Do the needful. Do the needful. Don't be stupid and be penny-wise, pound foolish in any of these things. Make proper discriminative decisions. That basic health I have to take care of. Not that I just keep eating anything. And I don't focus on my health at all because I just neglect that. Health, I'm not the body, Come on, I always learned I'm not the body. But you need the body, na? You can't serve as a ghost. There will be disturbance to people, right? So I need the body, and body is Krishna's property, which he has given to execute my devotional service. If we see it in the right way, we will do our devotional service properly and take care of our health also along with it. So please understand, health is also important. And the last but not the least is the mission. If we just say that I just have to take care of my family, my livelihood and my health, then who will do anything for the mission? Will you do anything for the mission? No. I will just think, no, these are most important, But mission needs people to carry forward the mission. Mission is not going to, it's not an instrument or something, it's going to happen on its own. No. Something good we have got, we want to share it with the world, we want to make the world a better place. So what do we need? Missionary spirit. We have, and for that we have wonderful examples in our life to see. Like all these devotees here in whose homes you are staying, they are so much dedicated. 3 programs in a week, 4 programs in a week. They are extending themselves. So for that, what we need to do? Come out of the comfort zone. We all like to be comfortable. Na? Sunday, no? Comfortably, I want to do this, I want to do that. But when can you do missionary work? When you come out of the comfort zone little. You stretch a little bit. And then only the people can derive benefit for that. So we should always try to ensure as years go by in our Krishna consciousness that we are involved in some missionary spirit or the other. Maybe according to our propensity, according to our inclinations, according to our capacity, depending on all these things, we take up. And if we are not able to figure out, then we always have seniors to take guidance. That Prabhuji, I want to do something for the mission. Can you guide me? Where I can fit in best? Should I help in DT department? Should I help in Bhakti Vriksha group? Should I help in donor collection? This thing? Should I help in cooking? For this thing? Would I be good in book distribution? What will I be good in? Can you guide me? So the senior devotees are always there. They will give you guided facilitation to think and bring out that part in you, okay, what you are best at, and we will do. And then you will feel a sense of fulfillment. That I am doing something for the mission. Till then we are just taking, going to association, hearing, going and eating prasad, going and enjoying the nice kirtan, enjoying nice festivals, taking beautiful darshans and all. But till we don't actually, tangibly do something for the mission, you will not feel the same satisfaction. And you must have had that experience. Till you are a attending member, there is one level of happiness you get. But when you become a contributing member, you have a different whole level of satisfaction and happiness in your life, that I am contributing something. And that is a sign that you are grateful for what you are getting. Right? So that would bring us to the 4th circle, which we want to discuss. But you have to understand that missionary spirit is very, very necessary, especially for family people to have. It's not that it's only brahmacharis are supposed to have missionary spirit, sannyasis are supposed to have missionary spirit. No. According to our capacity, whatever we know, our original devotees of Prabhupada was a devotee known as Shyam Sundar Prabhu and his wife Malti Mataji. They had a beautiful daughter, Saraswati, small one. Those of you who have read Lilananda, you know. As a young child, what does a young child know? 1 year old. So you think what preaching can a 1 year old do? But what she used to go and do? So small, she would go up to people and pull their kurta and dhoti and tell them what? Hare Krishna, do you know? Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. She'll run away, But that's what she knew, so that's what she told. So many times we wait, okay, first let me become Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav. When I know everything, when I chant my rounds attentively, then I will preach. But when will that day come when you chant your rounds attentively? Even at death you will be still distracted, so you will not end up doing anything. At this moment, whatever I can give, Manasa, Deho, Geho, Jo Kichu more, whatever I can contribute, in this great yagya, Sankirtan yagya, let me do that according to my capacity. Hanuman did Herculean things. So Radhashyam Prabhu can do big things. Lilananda Prabhu can do big things. Pravin Prabhu, Shamdhyar, they can do big things. But if we are squirrels, let us do our bit. Thoda to dhul dal hi sakte hai. It's not that I cannot do anything. Something though I can do. Everybody can do something. Right? At least I can lift, put the dari bicha sakte hai, mic arrange kar sakte hai, whatever I can do. Receiving devotees, dropping them, whatever. So when you are sincere, you will figure out what I can do. And again for that we will quote the example of Hanuman, who is the best devotee in Dasya Bhav. Because he wanted to serve, and after the whole Ramayana was over, all the Sita, Lakshman, Bharat, they took away all the services. There was no service left for Hanuman. So then they thought, okay, now Hanuman, nothing is left for him. Unemployed. Pink slip they usko. But because he was sincere and he wanted to serve, he figured out some service for himself. You know that story, no? He would click his fingers for the Lord's pleasure. Whenever he would yawn, you know. So this is what it is. If we are sincere, we will figure out some service. And Krishna will reveal some service to somebody. Prabhuji, why don't you do this? I never thought of this, you know. Yeah, I can do this. So keep that sincerity on so that we can contribute to this missionary spirit in this great mission of ISKCON which we have got. We have the highest philosophy, we have the best of things in the world, best of facilities, best of understanding. Let's share it with the world to whatever extent we can do. Right? So this is the supportive circle which we are talking of. When all these things are in balance, again, not in imbalance, we are not saying missionary. Now I want to just joko myself into the missionary fire. Only missionary, missionary, missionary. All these three gets neglected. No. All are equally important. For a stool, 4 legs are there. Can one leg be short and long and all that? No. Equally important. None of them are less or more. Equally important. Note that. Only then this core table will be able to be supported. When all these other 4 things are there. And by doing that, we come to the last circle.
Hare Krishna. Are you still with us? Okay. Okay. Thank you for being with us. Yeah, I think this is it making sense, my dear devotees? Are we driving home some point in a way which is looking logical, and not illogical, also very, I would say it's very rational probably, and it's equally scientific, right? We're talking very scientifically, we are not talking hypothetically, right? So, I think yes, we have covered it very well. The family part, I just thought we tend to, some of our beautiful young boys are here, so, just dispel that particular type of thing we may have. Let's not forget, we need Krishna in our life, we need devotees in our life, no doubt, but we need also family in our life. Why? Because we are ultimately people who have emotional needs. We cannot expect Krishna to fulfill your emotional needs, and don't expect devotees to fulfill your emotional needs either to a large extent, alone. They are could be good friends, they are good social circle to sit, talk, chit chat and share life. But when you talk of intimacy of relationship, that can only, it will be wrong to expect that from people in the congregation, because they have their own life also, they have their own family. Intimacy of relationship can only be expected from intimate people who are living physically in the same house, right? So unless if you are emotionally not starved, right? Sometimes we find devotees because of improper balance in their family life, they have jagada, quarrels, conflicts, misunderstandings, all this going on in the house, then they remain in a state of emotional deprivation. Like your sleep deprivation, food deprivation, right? We have deprivation, many things are there. Sleep deprived means the guy will go crazy, not able to sleep. Food deprivation, hunger. So we also have a subtle body, so we have emotions. So we also need to self-nourish food and nourish also our emotions, right? Our children, our wives, our parents, they are here to take care of our emotional needs. And that's what is called as Adan Pradan. Give and take of, you give love, you get love, you give respect, you get respect, you give affection, you get affection, right? You show forgiveness, you are forgiven. वो घर के अंदर जो होता है ना, those things are very important. Yes, it is Krishna centered definitely, but वो चीज भी equally जरूरी है. So don't think this is all Maya, right? So we find those who are emotionally satisfied devotees can do much better preaching because they are full in themselves emotionally, right? And because they are happy devotees at home, they exude that happiness in all that they do outside also. If you are not happy in your home, if your house is houses should be a dham. You say, make your temple into your home and make your home into a temple, right? So the home has to be a temple, like a dham. But there could be 2 types of dhams. One is called a Vrindavan dham, you say Golok, you said, right? Other dham is called a Kurukshetra dham. Right? It's also dham. But Krishna says it's famous for what? Not for love, affection, prema. What is happening there? Akraman. You are fighting with your word, the volley of words. You are nonsense. You are idiot. You don't understand these things. How did you get? You don't get trained into your father's place like this. Get out of my house. Hey, this is not dham. And please remember, you have got deities in the house. The deities are also watching. Then you go and offer them nice worship, beautiful dressing, nice bhoga, silver plate ke andar. Ayyo, wonderful. Clean altar. But devotees are saying, ye sab offering to theek hai. What about this offering you are also giving me along with that? All the abusive words you are having in the house and all the physical abuse and shouting and gali galoch hota hai. Uska kya? I am also taking that offering also I am taking. Right? So if you are conscious that Krishna is in our house, right, then the house has to remain a house which is peaceful. There is harmonious relationship where there is mutual respect irrespective of all the differences we may have amongst ourselves. Difference among husband and wife is natural and intrinsic. They won't have to agree on everything. But there is a respectful way of disagreeing, of arguing it out, of still clearing, the whole, situation. You can always buy. It's not the only way. Right? We are conditioned somewhere to shout and scream to prove our point because we are guided by false ego. Right? But that's not a Vaishnava house. Jedina grihe bhajan dekhi grihete golaka bhai. Right? Bhakti Thakur has given us this promise that we can create Vaikuntha in our own home. Right? If we create house which is Krishna centered, where there is mutual love and respect for everyone in the family. Whether the devotees or not, our parents may not be devotees. Still respect them, love them, serve them. Right? So this way, this family part is important. I believe we already spoke about health. I think she's elaborated quite a lot on health also. Yes, take your vitamin D supplements, take your vitamin B12 supplements, take your vitamin C for COVID supplements. Do those things, do exercises regularly. In fact, Bhakti Rasamar Swami Maharaj, one of our senior godbrothers, he's in Belgaum, right? He's a very wonderful preacher, world preacher, right? He almost stresses this. He actually went to a program in Belgaum and he took a promise, not a vow, but promise, that everyone will do a particular time of, I think half an hour or something he said, everyone will do Bhakti Yoga to karna hi karna hai, but along with that, Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga for half an hour every day. You agree? Yes, Maharaj. You agree? Yes, Maharaj. You also? Yeah, Maharaj, yes. Everyone ko sabko yes bulaya udhar. In front of Maharaj you say yes and you have to do it there. Right? So the point is what? That health is become an important thing. If you do take care of your health, preventive mode mein, all that is all about money. How much money goes when you're not well? You know that? You look at, you ask Lilananda Prabhu, how much is money is being spent when somebody, one member of the house, somebody gets cancer in the family, कितना पैसा जाता है? Depending on the type of cancer you have, multiple myeloma होगा कितना पैसा जाएगा? Pancreatitis कितना पैसा जाएगा? Glioblastoma होगा क्या पैसा जाएगा? Right? Depending on the cancer you have, you all sort of money is spent. If you do preventive level पे बीमारी को कम होगा बीमारी, छोटा बीमारी होगा. Right? सर्दी खांसी कफ pneumonia, within 50,000 we can handle. But we have cancers, lakhs of rupees. So health. Right? So I think we are putting these things, my dear friends, in relevant places, giving due importance. You see, the key word here, if I look at the key word, like the key password you have, not key password, the key word here, I'll give one keyword right now. Okay, you want the keyword? Yeah, I'll give you a keyword. Golden keyword I'll give you. The keyword is neglect. Don't neglect. Don't neglect the core circle. Don't neglect the outer circles and don't neglect the support circle. Nothing here should be. The worst thing in life is to neglect. You neglect our children, you know what happens. You neglect your health, you know what happens. You neglect your sadhana, you know what happens. You neglect your paying your bills, you know what happens. You neglect your insurance, you know what happens. You neglect something and see what happens. The disaster happens. That's all. You neglect your job, you see what happens. So the key word here is don't neglect. Don't neglect. Everything has to be placed in a proper perspective with proper weightage. सबको अलग-अलग weightage है, सबको weightage देना है, right? And now we come, dear friends, to the outer circle. We're doing all these things. How do you know it's working? I'm reading, chanting, I'm doing all these things. How do you know? Right? And periodically that ghost will attack you. Right? And you become affected by that. We all have that experience, is it not? That we get attacked by ghost again and again. Right? Unless you take shelter of Krishna completely, and only Krishna can destroy the Shakatashvara. I find devotees after 10-15 years are still addicted to bad habits. Addicted. They just can't get rid of those bad habits. Right? Somebody is abusive, foul language. The moment a small provocation, the guy just erupts into frenzy of abusive language at home. I say, why are you doing like this? Because that has become his habit. He grew up like that, he was brought up like that in an environment. So anyway, the point is that we have come a long way, my dear friends. Some of you were eating meat, right? You won't raise your hands on that. Some of you are drinking wine. Don't hands your head. All of you know whom I'm talking about, right? Each one knows. We were drinking wine, we were drinking alcohol, we were drinking smoking cigarettes. Have you been able to overcome that? Yes. Is it a victory? It is a victory, yes. We are seeing the process is working. Do you feel like still taking the bottle in your hand? Yes. Bottle of Ganga Jal now. Bottle of not champagne but Charnamrit. Right? Correct? So we have come a long way. Is the process working or not? How many of you think that the process of Krishna is working in your life? Working. Right? Your dress has changed, your language has changed, your food habits have changed, your hairstyle has changed. What has changed? Many things have changed. Right? Process working. So first thing is self-control. Second thing is we develop, when we chant Hare Krishna mantra, please, and what is the meaning of the Maha Mantra? Yes. Do you find that you feel like serving more than enjoying more now? You feel like that? We want to enjoy. Enjoying tendency is it destroyed? No. But along with the enjoying tendency which was fully occupying our consciousness, somewhere in the corner of our consciousness, a desire to serve has come. Is it not true? थोड़ा सेवा करने मन होता है. नहीं बहुत enjoyment मजा नहीं आता है. A real enjoyment is in serving. You understanding that part, right? The real enjoyment of the soul is not in enjoying the senses, but in giving Krishna enjoyment through service. We start making this, very important change. That if I want to enjoy, I enjoy by serving, and through serving whom to make enjoy? Krishna should enjoy, devotee should enjoy. If they enjoy, I am part and parcel of Krishna, I will also enjoy. So then, how much is my seva bhava increasing? Srila Prabhupada was in his last days of his life, and it is 1976 November. Prabhupada is in Vrindavan. He is lying on his bed, which will be what we call as his deathbed. Right? He is sleeping there, and Ketananda Swami comes to meet him. He is very dear disciple from New Vrindavan. Please remember, he was Prabhupada's first disciple. Right? Hubbard Valley, there is Hayagriva Prabhu and Ketananda Swami. They went to meet him. They met him for the first time in Nationalist Gift, 22nd Avenue, New York. So, when he came in first, he went into the kitchen and told Prabhupada he wants to cook for cooking, brought the gong for him, brought the kartals for him, put the dari for him, put the mic for him. He would do all sorts of menial services as a newcomer devotee. Now this time he came 76 November 1976. He came Prabhupada on the last day of his life, and he brought from Prabhupada some ice cream from New Vrindavan, from the first Prabhupada's favorite cow called Kalia. First cow of ISKCON is Mother Kalia. We should remember that. Historical mother. She was blind in one eye, but Prabhupada loved her milk, loved her so much. New Vrindavan, first cow. And he brought $8,000 from Prabhupada. So Prabhupada, these are the disciples which I initiated on your behalf in New Vrindavan. This is Diksha, Dakshina from them. And I brought some nice, he brought gold rings for Prabhupada. Right, with opal and lapis lazuli and topaz and all these precious stones for Prabhupada. Right, as gifts from New Vrindavan. Prabhupada looked at them and said, oh, rings! Where is the bride? Prabhupada was joking, but then Prabhupada, and of course, seeing Prabhupada in that state of being skinny and bony, not eating for 1 month, eating some complan and something like that, Prabhupada, he was very, very, very sad to see his Guru Maharaj in that state. Started crying. And he gave Prabhupada these gifts, and Prabhupada just put his hand over Lilananda's mouth and he said 2 things, very nice, he said. He said, this is Seva Bhav. He was serving me in the beginning when he came, initial days, 1965. You see, now also he is serving me. He said, live long and serve long. Prabhupada blessed him like that. Live long and serve long. Right? Prabhupada said, Seva Bhav. So this is Seva Bhav. Right? That means the devotee always wants to give pleasure to others by doing Seva. Because that is our Swabhava. Our nature is to serve. Right? We want to serve. So, if the seva is increasing, be happy. That's one of the parameters we should have in our heart. Right? How much do I like to now offer? As Vishaka Priya was saying, any services doesn't mean always giving money. Money may be there because we are but maybe so many other things. Any service which we can do as a team. Somebody is a preacher, somebody does preaching, maybe other doing assisting the preaching. Right? But we are playing some role. In the entire scheme of things, right? Seva Bhav. Other is the virtue of gratitude, right? This is such a beautiful quality to have. It is a gratitude is like a quality which actually makes the heart soft. So there is something called earthworms. Why do we put earthworms in the soil? Something called earthworm farming. They call it in Marathi Gandul Kheti. We call it Gandul Kheti. Gandul is a Marathi word for earthworms. You know that earthworm farming is there, a technique?
Yes.
Why do we use that?
Just more fertilized.
Make it soft.
Land becomes more porous, right? For the roots and rootlets to grow. That quality is brought about by gratitude. That Bhaktilata bees has to grow. It cannot grow on a hard soil. That has to become Bhaktilata bees roots can grow. And how do they grow? When you cultivate gratitude. Gratitude. Do we deserve all that we have got? My dear friends, question is to be asked to ourselves. What have we gotten through ISKCON? Do we deserve that? Did we endeavor for that? Radhanath Maharaj made a journey from Athens, Greece, the Isle of Crete. He came all the way to India. What journey you have made? From where to where you came? From nowhere to nowhere, right? Did you make any journey anywhere? Somebody came from long journey to us. There's a devotee called, you people are Andhrites, na? The devotee called Yugal Prabhu. How many people know him? He used to drive from New Vrindavan to Pittsburgh. New Vrindavan to Bensalem. Bensalem is a place, in Morristown. Very far, right? Aap logo ko pata hai, right? He used to drive 6 hours to meet 5 devotees. 3 devotees. From New Vrindavan. In the bitter cold of America when it is minus 20 degrees Fahrenheit. He would make a journey. They were just sitting in their house. So in ISKCON what happens? We don't make any journey. Our acharyas made all the journey. They are sitting in our house and somebody makes a journey to come to our house and say, Prabhuji, Bhagavad Gita, Prabhuji, journey of self-discovery. They make a journey for us, right? What happened to us in return? Our heart becomes filled with gratitude. Oh my dear Prabhu, you are taking so much pain for me, right? I am so undeserving. So, the heart has to always feel a sense of gratitude. When you hear a nice lecture, be grateful. When you read something nice from the Srila Prabhupada books, I don't deserve this beautiful thing. Prabhupada, thank you for writing these things. Oh Gurudev, thank you for making me hear these things. Oh dear devotees, thank you for this nice prasadam and this nice experience of this nice festival. Whatever it is, let the heart always count your blessings. That removes the tendency to complain in this world. There are always reasons that we complain. ऐसा नहीं बराबर क्या है सही है दुनिया में ऐसा ही है क्या? Crib. right? No cribbing. Lot of things about gratitude. And last but not the least is
Compassion.
compassion. Actually, I wanted to change that from compassion to kindness, right? Just, are we becoming more kind-hearted people? Compassion बहुत दूर की बात है. Compassion नहीं होता हमारा. We can become only instruments of compassion. Who has got compassion?
Acharya sir.
Those on the altar. Those on the altar have compassion. Are you on the altar? Am I on the altar? I'm not on the altar. Those people on the altar, they all have got compassion. What is our role? Become instruments of their compassion. They bring compassion, right? What is compassion? Compassion is love of God manifested in this world. When you love God, that love transforms into compassion for all living beings. It is love in action, is compassion. Now we don't have love of God. We love our family, we love our heart, we love our mobiles. How much do you love your mobiles, right? Yeah, our love is for whom? Our mobiles and our cars. So when it comes to a car, my Tesla, it pains us so much, right? So we don't love God, we love our Teslas, we love our mobiles. So, when you feel a sense of kindness, that means the heart is softening. A Karmi's heart, a Madhi's heart is very hard. Very hard. It doesn't have emotions of softness and kindness. But when you start feeling kindness, that means called as Para Dukkha Dukhi. That is the quality. When you start feeling compassion, oh, he doesn't have Krishna consciousness, therefore he is suffering. Let me go and help him. My father, my mother, my friends, my neighbors, my people in the community. Oh, I need to share this with them. When you feel for them, generally we feel only for our own near and dear one. When you start feeling for other people, right? I feel they need this so badly. Someone give it to me, I'll share with them. So you call it compassion or kindness, but you become instruments in the hands of the Lord and His devotees to share this knowledge with others. So if you have these four qualities, what is that? Number one, self-control. Number two,
Service attitude.
service attitude. Number three,
Gratitude.
gratitude of heart. And number four, a compassionate, kind heart. That means you're kind in your behavior, kind in your thoughts, kind in your words, polite in your words, kindness, right? Gentlemen. When these four things are there, then you develop virtues. There are so many other virtues will come also, right? But these are virtues that should be worth highlighting today, right? So this way, we have finished how many circles today? Four circles, right? So this is the what we call as a blueprint of our life. Blueprint of our life, right? If this is what these discussions should give us a sense of strong direction to take, right? As the GPS of our life is here. This is the GPS of our life. Where am I? Somewhere in the, I have to fit into my circle, right? So with these words, I thank you all very, very much for your very, very patient hearing and giving us the Sunday morning, sacrificing your sleep and coming here all the way, and hope that was a little bit useful to you in carving and paving the way on this beautiful progress called as, we are on the which mark? Bhakti Vedanta Swami Marg. Make our life more easier on this mark. Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll take questions and comments, whatever you have.
Prabhuji, there is one question online. Can I online there is one question. Can I read?
Haji.
Prabhuji, one Mataji is asking, can you explain about women, whether they are Maya or not? Because some people understand women means Maya.
Woman is Maya for man, and man is Maya for woman. Both are Maya for each other, if Krishna is not the center. If Krishna is the center, you see, this is the, we carry this traditional fanatical idea about women like that, right? But it's not, a man also can be Maya for woman, is it not? You ask any woman, she will tell you, yeah, Deepak said yes. So we can be Maya for each other if we are materially attached. But in Krishna consciousness, because Krishna is the center of our lives, we see the woman or the man as the objects of love and service. Very important. We love them. And how do we express love? In this world, how do we express love?
Care.
When you talk about the word love, people think of romantic love. Right? That may be. We are not saying romantic love is taboo. But there is a small component called romantic love. But the major part of love is what? To show care, to show affection, to show concern, to make sacrifices for that person. That is love. So because we are trying to live a Krishna conscious life, that love for the wife and husband is still very much there. It cannot be denied, it should not be denied. But it is with this particular virtues, we show love in these particular ways. Right? But having said that, I will also say, for a man, any other woman other than his wife is not Maya, Mahamaya. And for any other beautiful woman, any other man other than her husband is Mahamaya. So let us always remember that yes, each one is potentially Maya and can also be not Maya. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the wonderful class. So one question is, as per the Varnashram system, everybody would fall into these cycles from are there any exceptions?
Yes, everyone. So this actually is applicable even to our brahmacharis. Yeah, of course they may not have livelihood, but but they have family. They have the brahmachari family. Sannyasis have the family also, right? But they may not have livelihood. So then, for them, their seva becomes the major thing for them. Their prescribed duty is the activity which the temple is given them. You are temple commander, you are pujari, you are this. That becomes their way of staying in the temple. Otherwise they don't do that, they don't stay in the temple, right? So this actually is applicable for all varnas, for all the ashrams. So this is a universal diagram of application.
Very practical.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. If you can also tell, because the time is the key thing.
Time is the key thing.
Whole thing.
Yeah.
So if you can also tell about your, like in a general way or general sense, that how do you maintain that whole balance and keeping that time, because sometimes the health is not sacrificed or neglected when we are focusing on chanting, or if we are doing something else, then other things or family gets neglected, and that's the purpose of this whole class as well. So how, from your own life, from what practices that you do differently so that we can learn and we can also.
Yeah, I think this is going to come in everyone's mind naturally. Whatever you say, Prabhuji, time of 24 hours ही है ना. अपना devotees don't have, ISKCON devotees have 26 hours. ऐसा तो नहीं हो सकता है. But yes, time efficiency. We're talking about time management, time efficiency. It's amazing how much can be achieved in one day, in one sense, right? How much Prabhupada achieved in one day? Is it not true? He also had 24 hours. But in 11 years, 11 multiplied by 365. Correct? Years or days, right? Whatever that figure comes to, 11 multiplied by 365. How much did he achieve? And how much do we achieve in 11 years? Right? So, in one sense, what we can achieve in the same time is going to be very, very different. Right? But yes, I think all business people who are successful in this world, they all talk about time. Time is crucial. One of the devotee's qualities is avyartha kalatvam. That means he feels himself that I am accountable for every second Krishna gives me to live in this world. That means first of all, the first thing is, from your question is, no wastage. No wastage. There's no time to waste over here. क्या कर रहे हैं? कुछ नहीं कर रहा हूँ. क्या कर रहे हैं? Relax कर रहा हूँ. Not that we should not do that, but कुछ नहीं कर रहा हूँ means you know, maybe just you did a lot of preaching or activities and you're just relaxing to get back to something. But कुछ नहीं करो because कुछ करने को है ही नहीं, तो क्या करने का? वो वाली बात नहीं है, right? A devotee stares at the bookshelf in his house and said, "My God!" Today, yesterday, as Satya Prabhu were talking about it, yesterday we saw a nice book in Lilananda's house. The book is called as Uddhav Gita. It's a fat book. I had not seen that before. I said, Prabhuji, what a nice book, Uddhav Gita, right? So our bookshelves are increasing, right? Right? How many books of ISKCON you have in your house, each one of you? All of you have a library, right? Practically the whole library is in the house. One dedicated bookshelf only for Prabhupada's books, right? But again, as you said, time factor. So, you know, when I started my practice, I used to have practice. My timings and practice were, I started my OPD work at 9 in the morning, and I would practice till 1 p.m. and then I would come home, take my lunch, and then I can go back to my clinic at 5 o'clock and wind up by 8:30, right? So then I went and told Maharaj, this is my life. So Maharaj said, how many programs you attend? And he was, interviewing my personal life. He said, Maharaj, I'm a little unhappy, because all the festivals are in the evening, right? And even if I cut down OPD, the patient load is so heavy, right? By the time I finish, I run from Mira Road, my clinic, to the station, and from the station, the train runs at whatever speed it is running to Grant Road, which is 1 or 45 minutes away, and from there I run from Grant Road station to Radhkumar temple, and I'm just entering the temple, and in front of me the altar is closing. I said, my God, I missed the festival. I just missed the whole festival. Only prasad is there, and suddenly no prasad is there. So I'm a little unhappy. This is not working out for me well. I said, in America, nobody works after 5:30 in the evening. All doctors, they wind up after 5:30. कोई काम नहीं करता है उधर. So Maharaj, हम इंडिया ऐसा नहीं होता है, right? Everyone in the daytime is in their offices. डॉक्टर पास दोपहर को कोई नहीं आता. डॉक्टर पास रात को आते हैं, शाम को, right? They go home, they are not well, they eat their dinner, come at 10:30 in the night, and doctor sitting 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock shutter काम बंद करता है. Some doctors work till 12 o'clock. I have friends in Mira Road who are working at till 2 a.m. OPD going on. This is because people are free in the night to see the doctor when? After they come. When do they come home? 11 o'clock they come home. When do they get down to see doctor? At 12 o'clock. Doctor is available at till 2 o'clock. This is the crazy lifestyle doctors have. This just give you a sample of what's happening. Maharaj said after 5:30 nobody works. So Maharaj कोई आएगा नहीं मेरे को देखने के लिए. डॉक्टर को पेशेंट तो आना चाहिए ना. पेशेंट देखे तो धंधा कैसा चलेगा अपना? But when Gurudev speaks something, there's no question of argument. I didn't argue. I'm just joking like that right now. I said, Maharaj is saying something. Change from tomorrow. And I said, okay. I'm not going to afternoon. No coming home. I'll start my work at 10 o'clock. I'll wind up at 7 o'clock. Right? So it is a big risk because दोपहर को 12-1 बजे तो people are in the office. Who will come to see you? Right? But if you are a good doctor, people come to you. You be a sincere good doctor. People want good doctors. छुट्टी लेके भी आएगा because to see me there, everyone should see me in the OPD. They have to take छुट्टी on that day. Taking छुट्टी these days is very difficult. वो छुट्टी लेने का मतलब वो बॉस को पटाने का मेरा ग्रैंडमदर सिक है, मदर सिक है, वाइफ सिक है, कोई सिक है, सबको झूठ बोल के लीव लेना पड़ता है ना? So but that is that. Once I did that, so morning time is sadhana. Daytime is for livelihood, work. Evening time for me is preaching and counseling. After I come home, that activity goes on, right? Then I was working 6 days in a week. When I became about 45, I said, why am I working so much? Do I need so much of money? I think I can cut down. I work only 5 days a week now. I dropped Saturday. What do we do on Saturday, Sunday? Vishaka Priya said, let's start traveling. At the age of 40 years, I decided to travel, right? From 40 till now, every Saturday, Sunday, practically around a year, we are traveling somewhere, right? Today we are in Hyderabad. Tomorrow, next week we are going to Kolhapur, right? So in this way, I kept on progressing and cutting down on my material things. This is my sharing my example. Now, let's take for example the morning part. Now if you have to get up in the morning, now all of us are promoted is very important. But the morning cannot be a good morning till you have a early night. So we figured out what was happening to me in my life also. I was getting up late in the morning for a long time. I was feeling very guilty about it. Kya yaar? After Suryodaya uthta hai, what kind of a devotee you are? I said, like this. And I would struggle to get up in the morning, not working out, because I was sleeping at 12 o'clock every night. I said, no, this is not going to work out. We decided, Vishaka, change. Let us change. So we changed. We sleep at 9:30. Yesterday I was, Satyaprabhu was driving. I told him 9 o'clock. Because my eyes are all, going conky. 9:30 ho gaya. I took a nose. I remember I started snoring also in your car. I snored once. I said, hey, it's not doing good yet. So I got up again. So at 9:30 my eyes start shutting down. So do your life in such a way. Of course, we talk about abnormal cases like IT and all, like Australia, USA, all that, different things, right? But if for most of us who are leading normal lives, sleep by 9:30, 10 o'clock. And train our children to do the same. Right? Because children sometimes are masti kar raha hai, 12 baje, 1 baje, mummy karke. Discipline, right? So 9:30, 10 o'clock you sleep. Average we need about 7 hours of sleep we will need. For an average human being, the pollution we have and all the stuff we have, we get tired. 7 hours sleep. So best time is to sleep at 10, at about 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Right? You will not need to take a nap in the whole day if you do this. Because sleep efficiency wise, if you sleep early, you get extra time, right? Everyone knows 9 to 12 is double time. 12 to 3 is same time. 3 to 6 is half time. So your 7 hours sleep actually comes up to 9 hours of sleep. 9 hours is more than enough. Zyada सोने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. Beyond that will be laziness. And then when I walk, then try to chant in a group. This chanting is important, right? So if you're finding it difficult, then try to make a group, a Zoom group, or like if you are staying in a society, you work together. So each one has some sort of a, you're monitoring each other. तो यार आप आए नहीं 2 दिन से क्या बात है chanting में आए नहीं सब ठीक है ना तुम्हारी बात तो नहीं है हाँ तो वो ऐसा so you have a group, self monitoring group, and you chant together or in a Zoom. Now what I do is, for me exercise is very important, for you also exercise is important. Now I don't get time for exercise, right, because whole day I'm in the OPD and all that, so I walk. Now I have seen that my chanting does not get affected by walking. Like Prabhupada would walk many times, many devotees walk. I find walking is, because again you're walking in a mechanical way around the temple. We have a temple just next to our house. I'm walking around a temple, right? It doesn't affect my japa. I can be as focused as I am sitting, right? If I am distracted, I will sit for some time. So I perform at least 10,000 steps per day of walking, like that. I will do that because the WHO recommends if you want to prevent heart disease and diabetic disease, you walk 10,000 steps per day. So I have this stuff which tells me, Fitbit tells me, इतना हो गया, कितना हो गया? Today 4,000 steps are over. मेरा, अच्छा. But walk 6,000 steps more. Which रामानुचार्य जाएंगे तो हो जाएगा आज. So you walk. So exercise is done. When I come home after, so we are in the temple. When I come home from the temple, perform a small arati for my deities. Right? We don't have an elaborate program again. If you have an elaborate program in the house, again going to take a lot of time, right? Because basically we are preaching type of devotees, traveling with devotees. So for us to have an elaborate program, all so many artis and so many offerings. So our main temple is Radha Gopinath and Radha Giridhari, right? So these home deities are functional deities for offering and for simple worship. So keep the program in your house sustainable and simple. Those who have deities, or even if you have pictures in the house, keep it very simple. Small arti, offerings like that, right? So you're not spending a lot of time. Otherwise, your deities, you have to take care of them. You have to bathe them, you have to dress them periodically, right? So that is there. And in the morning, when as the example I gave you about carrying this lota, so I carry the sound box. We call it Guru Vani. We call it Guru Vani. That box is called Guru Vani. So we have 2 Guru Vanis, one for my wife, one for... So she's in this washroom, I'm in the other washroom. We carry it with us, and for 20 minutes we are there, and we listen. Every minute we come out, till we dress, till we wear it, till we get out of the house to go to the temple, we are constantly hearing. We don't talk to each other. We don't talk. Nothing to talk in the morning, right? We just keep on hearing. So half an hour straight of hearing takes place every day. Find a lecture interesting, I remind and again hear it again. So I've got 100 lectures which I keep on hearing, and that keeps nourishing me. Right? I come back from the temple at 7:30, then I'll spend some time on Aarti and reading. Do some reading. So about half an hour of reading I do every day. And yet I get enough time to do my 8 to 10 hours of work. I'm still not covered myself. And still I'm at home at 8 o'clock. After 8 o'clock, I take my dinner in the hospital. At 6 o'clock, I carry dabba. 6 o'clock, garam karke kha leta hu udhar hi. So that my dinner is, because if you eat late, you don't digest well, right? And you feel drowsy. You can't get up in the morning early. So early dinner, everyone knows, before sunset, after sunset, close by 6:30, 7 o'clock, dinner kha lene ka. So by the time you sleep, your stomach is empty. No acidity problems, no gas problems, right? No constipation next day. Rebowl. Have a nice day. Rebowl, flush. Maja, right? One of the good important things in life is to have a good bubbles every day, right? Sign of good health. So this way, thoda sa I just told you a little summary of how things are happening. So if we can be time conscious every time, tick, 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 then I think it's. So this is my side. I said shared a few things which you can do. Beyond that, if any questions we can take. But in general, try to fit as much as you can. And mind you, I will tell you one thing. There's a beauty of Krishna consciousness is that if you were told earlier when you are a non-devotee, 2 घंटे जपा करने का है, 2 घंटा जपा करने का है, पागल है क्या? 2 घंटा जपा करने का है, टाइम किधर है अपने पास 2 घंटे के लिए? Is it not true? You ask any student 2 घंटे के लिए 2 घंटा पढ़ाई करने को, पढ़ाई करूँ कि तेरा जपा करूँ, पागल है क्या? Right? Is it not true? Now I used to chant 16 rounds when I did my MD also. People wonder ये क्या है? ये धवल पागल हो गया है? फेल होगा, पक्का फेल हो गया। सुबह को उठ के 4 बजे का ऐसा करते हैं। the hostel and partly I'm shutting off my sleep, partly I'm chanting both, right? But yes, during MD, during exam times, MD exams is like crazy nonsense, highly stressful affair. No, postgraduate exams are very stressful. But doing the check, fanatic, chola mala karne ka. Whatever happens in life, वो तो करना ही करने का, right? But you got that time, मिलन आपको time. You have students, you create that time. You can create time. You can write down these things. You can create time. Time is created by Krishna, but actually, if you follow a Krishna conscious regiment lifestyle, you will be able to create time, and you will be amazed how much can you fit in that one day. You'll be really amazed, right? You can really fit in a lot of things in one day. One day is a lot. One day is actually really a lot if you think about it. You can do many things. Like when we travel, for example, we travel only for 2 days. Hyderabad 2 days, Kolhapur 2 days, because Saturday, Sunday I'm off. Friday evening I take a plane, reach that place. Saturday, Sunday we're there. Monday morning I take a plane and go back. Reach at 10 o'clock, go home, change my dress, and they only pack up some prasad from the place I'm leaving. I eat in the plane, then go and change my dress, cut time in the hospital immediately, right? So we thought, those things, in 2 days in any place we go, we able to have about 8 to 10 programs. Right? In 2 days. And we sometimes wonder, 2 days is good, yeah? If we say for 3 days, they'll be bored, we will be bored also. Right? So actually we can do a lot. It just requires efficiency and planning and just do the right thing. Krishna will create that time for you. Please note my words. You will be able to create time by depending on what you prioritize in your life. You keep things as a priority and Krishna will help you to create that time. May not be exactly half an hour every day of reading, exactly half an hour of exercise. May not be everything like that. 10 minute diya, 15 minute diya, 10 minute reading hua. Those things can thoda interesting variability is possible. But by and large, you will be able to manage most things. Or maybe one day you didn't read anything possible. आज बॉस ने बुला लिया, ओवर टाइम हो गया, ये हो गया. Child was sick, exam था उसका lab में. Tomorrow we'll get a little more time. So may not be exactly 100%, but 90% of the time you can follow. You'll be happy. Does it make sense? Does it answer many of your questions which you may have?
Yes.
Right. So see how you can. You may have to discuss this with your wife. I mean, with your partners. Unmarried boys, you can discuss with your friends. How do we do it? Right? Because right from the small age only, when you are in your 20s, abhi se chalu karo planning. Because once you marry again, things will change. Right? But you keep a regimented thing right now, then that can go on as a sustainable thing. So everyone can discuss with their peer group, with their close ones, and make it happen. Everyone can do it. Everyone can. I am convinced everyone can do it. Prabhupada's program is very, very practical. Prabhupada is a very practical acharya. He did not give us a program which is only few people can do. He gave a program which is of universal application. Everyone can do it. Mother can do it, student can do it, old man can do it, professional can do it, anyone can do it. Prabhupada is a universal acharya. Hare Krishna.
Sorry, continue with the question.
Yeah.
So I got most of the clarity, but still actually I work in semiconductor industry. So like one of the, like earlier also I asked the same question. So they told that you are the initial stage of your career. So just you focus on chanting, don't do other things. Like so many things don't do. Just focus on, because initial stage career is important. So you have small kids, just focus on the career. So but in our thing like Prabhuji, so if you want, so if you say that you can have some time 9 to 6, 7 particular time. So I work 9 to 7, 6, 7 something like that. So I don't work after this time like that. If you say, so nobody will give that opportunity, Prabhuji. Then just nobody will accept. So I cannot. So you can just leave the company and you can. I cannot get any.
Stay at home.
Yeah, stay. I cannot get a job anywhere, Prabhuji. If I don't work for after 9 o'clock, Saturday, Sunday means. So I won't get a job, Prabhuji. In that case, what I need to do?
At least keep the desire active in your heart. That you can do?
Yeah.
Can do. Right? We can all keep that desire. Krishna is a very practical God. He doesn't say, hey, आपने रीडिंग नहीं किया है, चलो 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 आगे बढ़ो अभी कुछ किया नहीं है, मेरा मर्जी मर्जी भागने नहीं लगेगा, जा आगे जा. Right? No. Krishna is such a compassionate God, a loving Father. He sees our intentions and our desires. More than our actions, He sees that. Right? I can do all these things and become very proud. Mera आधा घंटा जप्पा, आधा घंटा ये, and you're very proud of all these things. There, push. You become proud of all these things you're doing. Krishna says, you are proud. I don't want you around. Get lost from here. Right? I don't like proud people around me. Right? Somebody not doing all these things, very humble about it, very regretful, and very remorseful. My dear Lord, I'm trying, but as you said, my career. The mother will say, I got a young baby. She's only 3 months old. Prabhu, how can I just read and chant and this and that? She requires a nappy to be changed every half an hour. And she needs to be fed in the night, 4 times in the night. Right? क्या मेरा जपा क्या मेरा कोई शेड्यूल ही नहीं है लाइफ में. Right? Understandable. Totally understandable. So, the factor of Desha, Kala and Patra is important. Time, place,
Circumstances.
Right? So, in the given time, place, circumstance, whatever best you can do, you ask, you put a hand on your chest, on your heart. Say, my dear Lord, I want to be an honest devotee. I know these are the ideals. I know these are the standards. Right? But you ask yourself, what in the given situation, as a mother, as a budding professional, as a wonderful student, as a somebody else, what best can I do for you to please you? If that is your bhava of your heart, right? Krishna will guide you from within the heart. You do this. This is fine. Tomorrow you get little time, watch it. Do this. That is fine. Right? Be very honest. Honesty among devotees is a sign of genuine humility. Let us be honest. We are not doing it for telling others. We are not even to proclaim what we are doing. We are not doing it for self-aggrandizement. No. We are doing it for pleasing Krishna. Why we are doing all this for whom? Sabji Haritoshana. So in the situation, you do your very best. And Krishna is pleased. Tomorrow when I was a young professional, I was not able to do all these things. But I am a senior, I am a head of department. I can manage to leave Saturday, Sunday, kuch nahi, my juniors will take care. Can I do that when I was young devotee? I had night call I had got. I take night calls now, I don't take night calls now. I am a senior person. Hey Baba, night calls, you RMOs, you take care, anything problem, you give me a ring, I will be there. I can do that now because I'm senior person, correct? But when I was junior, can I do that? Every night, 3 nights, three calls a night, you go there, you come back in the night, you're sleeping, one more call, hey, or somebody else has come, heart attack aa gaya, bhago wapas. Right? So I was taking night calls every day. And my life was getting ruined, waiting to become senior. So now RMOs are there, now I've got students with me, I'm a part of faculty now. So the students are there and say, you take care, man. You get trained up also. Like that. So we all have circumstances, right? So now I'm able to do what I'm to do because I've passed through that phase which you're talking about. We all have to pass through that phase of life, right? But every phase of life, are we doing our best? Prayas and Kripa. If Prayas is there, Kripa will come. God helps those who help themselves. Do your very best. Right? And be honest about it. Right? Do your best. Okay, on Saturday, Sunday, or sometime can I do some reading? We can all do hearing. When you are working 20 other days, you pass stool, you take a bath, you brush your teeth, 20 minutes there in the morning. No boss can take away that from you, right? No boss can say, no more passing stool. No brushing your teeth, you just work. Just joking, sorry. But like that, you know, so whatever time we have, we do the best. Yes.
Thank you for the wonderful class. When you were explaining about what should be our shelter and how we take shelter. So with respect to the aspect of taking shelter of group, so I mean, how do we on a practical level develop personal connection with the spiritual master and give up the tendencies of being disobedient and unsubmissive, taking whatever instructions is given from that. So on a very personal, like you were mentioning how time to time during the lecture, like we are told, okay, this is the right thing at this particular point of time in your life. So we do have senior Vaishnavas, but we also get a lot of inspiration from our spiritual master. So how do we develop a very personal connection through which he becomes a guiding force?
Are you talking about instructions we receive and the time lag in applying it in our lives?
As well as like the lack of having a direct association and
Oh, that does. Yeah, the one-to-one.
Yeah.
Physical one-to-one.
How do you bridge that gap and still have the feeling of personal connection with the spiritual master? Like the examples of Srila Prabhupada, even for example, the sastras, they are given that although they didn't get so much direct physical association, they still have so much deep personal connection. But I mean, for conditions so like me, I mean, very different. So what is it on a practical level? How do you?
Okay. We're getting late.
So which will serve prasadam and people can ask.
I think despite the time factor. Prasad,
Prasad, yeah, we can start getting prasad. Go. Prasad, we can come bring it here.
What is the plan? So we'll take this last question then?
Yeah, last question.
And we can wind up. Okay. This remains and will remain a challenge for most ISKCON devotees. Right? The number of gurus are limited and the followers they have are in thousands, hundreds and thousands, right? So that sense of one-to-one connection was available to a handful of people during Prabhupada's time, and then after 4-5 years of Prabhupada's time also when he gave one-to-one, after 70s method when that became a rarity, except the entourage, Prabhupada had 7,000 disciples at least, what is considered as a common figure. So apart from maybe a few handful who were like his main men, commanders, sort of thing, the rank and file devotees in Austria or Vienna or Zurich or this and that, wherever they were, they just saw Prabhupada in a class or something like that, you know. So that remained this thing. So I would say probably two things. One is like for some devotees, suppose I take Newtown example again. Then the local leader became like the perfect representative of Prabhupada. Or you take, Vishaka Priya, for example. I'm just giving an example what comes to my mind. He's in San Jose, right? So for Perfect example of Srila Prabhupada. So for his disciples, the men who are Prabhupada disciples, they had a very senior godbrother who was like the one who's guiding them. So we look for inspiration and connection from those dedicated souls who in our hearts represent our Sri Master to the most perfect degree. Right? That they are so transparent, they are so pure, so trustworthy, and yet accessible. Coming to your point. Accessible. That means you can see, feel and touch them. Right? So if you can have that, then it is like as good as connecting with your spiritual master. And are you getting the point? And there are people like that. That is not a rarity. The Guru's connection with Pontifical is a rarity. As I said, Gopal Krishna Maharaj may have about 20,000 disciples. Chaitanya Maharaj may have 55,000 disciples. Kya karega wo? One man, with a mystic yogi, would have expanded into 55,000 forms and stayed with every disciple in everyone's home and said, Haribol, I'm like your Guru of your house, now do this, do that. But 55,000 disciples, kahan? It is not possible, na? But yes, they are dedicated representatives like that. So the counselor system is there, the mentor system is there. And hopefully, the people who are guiding people, right, are pure enough in themselves to really guide me properly. Like when I see people, for example, when I say Radhesham Guru, for example, just comes to my mind, right? And when I see a person like him, now as a Grihastha, for me, I see the ideal brahmachari. Strict, pure, dedicated, committed, strong missionary spirit. And we can see the work he is doing. Right? So for me, I would say the people who are taking guidance with him, under him, are very fortunate because they are getting something as good as, if not exactly the same, as good as what they get from their spiritual masters. That is possible. And then you also keep hearing your Guru, because then you don't want to get misguided. You want to know what is the mood of your Guru Maharaj, and you want to keep on cross-checking whether the person taking center is talking on the same lines or not. Plus, what do you call quality control. So keep on hearing your Guru Maharaj, but on the practical day-to-day level, Vyavaharik level, Dainandin level, Adan Pradan level, you have somebody else who can see, feel and touch. Right? So when you serve him, it goes by the parampara, the spiritual master. Right? So you will feel a personal touch. In this way, what will happen is you will spiritually grow. We all are in our infancy, but we don't have to remain infants. Become toddlers, you walk, you run, and then you also take other people run with you. You grow. So as you grow spiritually, you will feel in your heart that I am not disconnected. Right? That I am actually feeling a sense of connection from my spiritual master. You will feel that as a reality. That when he is speaking in his lecture, if you are following him sincerely, when he speaks to you through that tape or through a CD or through a voice box, right, you can feel his presence in your life. Just like Krishna is present in his holy name, and we know that as a fact, Abhinatvam Nama. So Guru is present equally in his words. Exactly the same philosophical principle. To the extent Krishna is present in his name, to the same extent, exactly and nothing less, by even a microsecond or micromillimeter change, the Guru is present fully in his words. Fully. And then when you hear him, you are hearing him in person. On that particular day, your Guru, what you are hearing in the morning or in the afternoon, or during driving hours or in the late nights when you are hearing him, he is speaking to you as a person. He is not speaking to a crowd of 20,000 people. On that day, he is speaking to his dear disciple, that is you, that is me, that is him. You will feel he is speaking to me today. Maharaj once said, that if you meet me, when people meet me personally in my room, I talk about good things to them. About how they are, how their family, what's going on, about their whereabouts. And what I want to really instruct them, I speak from the Vyasasana. One devotee came to Maharaj, we were at Karla, I was doing some medical services for Gurudev. He said, Maharaj, He was, I think, he was overseas devotee, fair bodied. He said, Maharaj, he was waiting after a long time. Maharaj, please give some personal instructions to me. Maharaj just smiled at him. Maharaj, please, comes in instruction. I said, you coming for the class tomorrow? So he said, yes. Then again he said the third time, Maharaj, please give me some instruction. Are you coming to the class tomorrow? He made a point, right? What I want to tell you, I may not tell you in person, right? But I want to tell you, I will tell you when I sit on the empowered seat of Vyasdev. When I speak on the chair of Vyasdev, then I get empowered by the words of Vyasdev and I speak from that power, right? It represents God or Vyas, the Adi Guru, right? So what Gurudev speaks from Vyasa's son is applicable to all of us. Because he is a universal Guru. He represents the universal Guru. The sun is shining for whom? For you or for me?
Everyone.
Everyone. But the sun is shining for you also. In a personal way. Is it not? Right. Similarly, the Guru is for everyone, but he is also Guru for you in a personal way. So as we become more and more connected to his Vani, we will feel his presence and he will speak to you. People talk about this in Srimad Prabhupada's books also. But when they read Prabhupada's books, they feel Prabhupada is speaking to me through his books. Those who read Prabhupada's books regularly will give this realization, right? That they feel Prabhupada is speaking to me through Bhaktivedanta purports. They can feel Prabhupada through his words. And Prabhupada is present exactly, not a micromillimeter less than in his words, than in his person. If he is not in this world, he left the world in 77, he is there. Prabhupada said, I will live in this world through my books. So we have to understand this philosophical principle and grow into this principle. Is that all right? Thank you. Let's chant the Mahamantra for the presence of Gopi Vallabh Lordships today. 3 times loudly. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. His loving divine grace, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The Lordship Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai. Shri Radha Gopi Vallabh Bhagavan ki Jai. Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki Jai. Gaur Bhakta Vrind ki Jai. Gaur Premanandi. Hare Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.